I'm Sally Callow. I'm the founder of ME Foggy Dog, a social enterprise, and Redefining Gravity is our latest fundraising challenge. And I'm going to talk you through what Redefining Gravity is in this video. This campaign was launched on the 16th of July 2023, and it's going to last a whole year. The concert that is the outcome that I'm hoping for is going to be in the week of the 17th of July 2024, and it's going to mark my 10-year anniversary of ME advocacy. I'm giving myself a year to do the impossible, or at least what seems like the impossible right now, because not only is ME, myalgic encephalomyelitis, an incredibly devastating disease, there is an awful lot of purposefully made stigma, political and economic issues surrounding it that patients and the patient community have got no control over whatsoever. So not only do I have to try and get people wanting to help with a concert, but I've also got to change the narrative around ME in order for people to want to help. Because at the moment, when you say the letters ME to anyone, I'd say around 75% of the time, when you ask what is ME, they will say some variation of it's tiredness, or that's the one where you're tired all the time, isn't it? Or that's the one where you sleep a lot. That is not what ME is. It's a life-devastating, multi-organ affecting neurological disease that now impacts 1.25 million people in the UK. But the key point I want you to take away from this video is that comparable diseases such as MS or Parkinson's get around £40 per year per patient. ME, as I've just said, is a comparable disease, have been getting £1.50 per patient per year. And yet we're told, oh, the research isn't there for you to be able to find a biomarker. No, the research isn't there because it hasn't been funded. And that's why I'm now doing this concert, and I've set the fundraising target at a minimum of £1 million, because 1 million is more than double what we've ever received from the UK government in terms of research funding. And as I said a moment ago, there is so much purposefully made nonsense around ME. I'm hoping that this campaign will go around it, because for the past 9 years, as I say, it'd be my 10th year anniversary next year. For the past 9 years, I feel like I've been banging my head against a brick wall. There are so many political hurdles to get over and doors that keep being slammed in our faces. I'm thinking, let's go round it. Let's fund our own research, prove what needs to be proven without a shadow of a doubt with our own research funding. And I hate having to do that, because why shouldn't governments give us adequate research funding? But they don't. And that brick wall is getting harder and harder to hit through. And that's why we're doing this concert fundraiser. So I'm just going to scroll through the website so you can see what the campaign involves. So on the right hand side you can see Redefining Gravity, 17th of July 2024. Now at the launch event I did actually have artist names and band names in that list. It looked like a genuine concert poster. The reason I did that is I wanted to show people that I want A-listers to help us with this challenge. Now I know I could do a much smaller event with local artists or up-and-coming artists who want to make a name for themselves, and I would like to be fully supportive of those people. However, the end goal for this is to raise as much money as humanly possible in 1 year. And the likelihood that someone's going to want to pay a lot of money for a ticket to see an up-and-coming artist is quite small, whereas if you were going to see someone like Harry Styles, Pink, Taylor Swift, Rick Astley, Guns N' Roses, Snow Patrol, etc., 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 those type of people, the public would pay considerably more money to go and see those people in concert. And that's why I'm targeting A-list and only A-list. because I could do a smaller concert and raise £10,000, but then I would need to do another campaign and another campaign and another campaign. I'm thinking, go big, go hard, get this money, because we need it, and we need it now. Like I say, 1.25 million people now with no treatment, no diagnostic test. We have to be diagnosed through a diagnostic criteria, which isn't infallible. There's both misdiagnosis and underdiagnosis. So no treatment, no cure. And all we get is management advice. Don't use too much of your own energy. That's it. That's the only medical treatment that we get. And we are incredibly unwell. I've got ME myself, and I'm on the lower end of the spectrum. I have mild ME, but there are 25% of ME cases have severe or very severe ME, and the quality of life for those people is worse than late stage cancer, schizophrenia, or late stage renal failure. So, and that's never ending. You can die from ME, but usually it goes on for year after year after year. These people, or the whole spectrum, need help, but those people need help now. And that's why £1 million, if you want to get involved, if you are an artist, if you are a celebrity that wants to be the compere, that would be amazing. If you are a celebrity and you have ME, I am well aware of how nasty the stigma is. But if you want to privately message me and say, I'd like to give you some help, but privately, speak to so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Any kind of help, gratefully received, and it'd be 100% confidential. Nobody would hear anything from me. So if you can give me any help whatsoever, it would be very gratefully received. And in 1 year's time, hopefully, we will be celebrating raising at least £1 million for ME biomedical research. And I'm fundraising for Cure ME because they do biomedical research in the UK. They're based at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. Please do check out their website. So I'm just going to scroll through our website here. So this is the challenge: to hold a fundraising concert for at least 1,500 people somewhere in the UK in the week of the 17th of July 2024 to mark Emmy Foggy Dog's 10-year anniversary of campaigning and fundraising. The challenge is to do this relying solely on the goodwill and voluntary contributions of materials, skills, time and effort of individuals and businesses. That is the challenge. I set it at 1,500 people because I didn't want to get ahead of myself. I also didn't want people to say, oh, just do like a small pub gig. This has to be considerably bigger than a pub gig or a very small concert hall. As I've said before, the end goal is research funding. So 1,500 people minimum, no less than that. Make a donation. You can donate to the Just Giving page at any point. You don't have to wait till next year. Any money donated through that link will go direct to Cure ME and will help to fund ME research. So the whole branding is around breaking free gravity, because the gravity that we're talking about is the man-made nonsense that keeps us down, that stops us from flying and getting better and having treatments and all this kind of stuff. And I just want to say thank you to Lisa Catherwood, who is an artist, for creating the website, creating all of the artwork. Absolutely amazing. I just love the artwork. It's fab. And yes, as you can see from my t-shirt, there is merchandise, and you can literally click through and it is here. We've kept costs as low as possible, but we do make a tiny profit. That profit, 50% of it will go to Cure ME, because ME Foggy Dog is a social enterprise, and that's how we support the ME CFS patient community, with our advocacy, but also with 50% of our profit surplus. So there you go, that's Redefining Gravity. Please do email me via team@redefininggravity.co.uk if you can help in any way. I'm hoping for celebrities or their agents emailing me saying, yeah, we'd love to get involved, but I'm dreaming. This is going to take an awful lot of work. As I explained at the beginning, it's entirely dependent on people getting over this viewpoint that ME is simply tiredness. get in touch with me and say, what is ME then? Because I have got a myriad of resources to give you to tell you exactly what ME is. As I said before, be in no doubt, ME has killed. It's a very serious disease. Some call it the living death. It's very serious, but it's not taken seriously by healthcare, governments, most medical establishments. NICE did a new guideline in the UK, and there was so much pushback from medical establishments who just want to see it as a psychological disease. It's not a psychological disease. And patients that lose the ability to swallow, chew, digest food and are literally starving in UK hospitals are diagnosed with anorexia, when actually they should be given the ability to be tube fed. But that's withdrawn. They have drugs withdrawn. They're sectioned. It goes on and on and on. And I want it to stop. So that's what Redefining Gravity is all about. We are going round the nonsense. We're creating our own gravity, our own, this is life. This is normal life. We're no longer being held down. We're going to create our own gravity. So, and gravity also reflects the seriousness of the situation. Because if governments and medical establishments will not take it seriously, then we have to go to the public and say, this is what ME is. Can you help, please? Thank you very much for listening. Please do check out www.redefininggravity.co.uk. Thank you.